What's up, y'all? Today is Toxic Tuesday. I I'm gonna speak from a standpoint where I can be asked anything today. My truths could be brung out. I'm tripping right quick, y'all, because I'm like, I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Let me start out by saying this. If I offend anybody today, I don't give a shit.
But I think y'all can hear me. So today is Toxic Tuesday once again, and we're gonna just go through some issues that I face because I um I go through a lot. I got 4 kids by 4 different women, and I'm still out here every day trying to, find that woman again. And I find myself going through different issues and um different little ins and outs, and people say I should do this and I shouldn't do that. Um, you know, I deal with um my kids' moms. Sometimes it seems like they team up to do things to go against me. And I don't know if that just true, or it just happened by coincidence. So um yes, I got a little situation going on um with all 4 of them, and it's just, to me, it's one of the most amazing things that like, just while experiencing life, but I try to just really just stay in a positive mindset, like I just stay as positive as I can about it, because if I don't, then ultimately it's just gonna kind of be to my detriment anyway. you know it's gonna ultimately be to my detriment. So I just, try to look to stay level head about it. But people are always telling me I should have did this or I should have did that. And I'm just to the point, like, if I don't have the right answers, can somebody help me out? Can somebody help your boy out? Like, can somebody come talk to me? Can somebody, what I mean, can somebody pull up on me and hit the link and come holler at your boy, man. Come holler at your boy and come and let me know what I could be doing differently, what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. That's all I'm looking for, just to have a conversation. Not necessarily saying that you're right. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you right. I ain't finna go there. I ain't finna get to you that easy, but you know, we ain't gonna say that you is necessarily wrong neither. I'm a person that I feel as if I'm pretty fair. Like, I'm not just gonna sit right here and say that I'm all the way right about anything. You know, I'm not. But I will let people know that, hey, you know, if I was wrong, shit, I was wrong. You know, I may I mean, that don't make me apologetic for my actions, but if I was wrong, I was wrong. So, I ain't gonna sit here and I ain't gonna sit right here and try to play like, I'm just Mr. Good as two shoes, because I'm not. Sometimes, not too often now, I fuck around and pick some lefts up. You know what I'm saying? I get the left every now and then, 2 lefts. You know what I mean? Two. You know what I mean? Well, one of the wrong ones. So I'm not perfect though by any stretch of uh the my or anybody's imagination or my imagination either. So I go through things and I find myself looking to want to get this thing right. I want to get this situation right. I love women. I really do. And I just want to get to the point where I can be successful. Be successful in a relationship. Not looking for two, three, four, five women. Just having that one woman and let her be enough. Let her satisfy my needs, my every need. And let her know that that I'm her option that can satisfy her every need. You know, so once again, like I'm just looking for if you interested, feel free, hit the link and come on and join me with the conversation. Because like I say, I go through things every day, and I'm not um I'm not shy about or hesitant about sharing my personal truth, because my experiences is really not debatable. You can't really you can say anything about how what I shoulda, coulda, and all that different. But you know, my experiences is what my experiences is. So I don't really mind letting anything go. Life happens. That's one of the best ways to a lot of times put things behind you. Every people sit and try to boggle things up and don't say this and that. I'm not that person. Like, I you hit today, you be gone today. You don't have you don't have a time period on this thing. So while I'm here, I'm gonna keep it all the way gutter. Whatever you want to know, shit, ask me. Whatever you want to know, ask me. Because it ain't really, to me, it ain't really that personal. People, we like to call it, you know, well, we could be toxic. If you want to be toxic, you want to come out here and be toxic with me. You want to come up here and be toxic Tuesdays? Come on up, hit the link, man. Hit the link. We got one person checking me out right now. Hit the link. Come on up here, talk to your boy, get your boy right, put me in line. You know, like so many want to do. Put me in line like so many want to do. You know what I mean? My boy Netbone. Netbone, come on up, hit the link, man. Join the panel, man, for a little second, man. Cause we go through things. It's Tuesday, man. We motivated them yesterday. You know what I mean? We got our mind right. Tuesday, we just spend a little time hitting a little, hey man, this we'll go through. What's the issue? What we experiencing? You know what I'm saying? Because when we get hit with these experiences, whoo, boy, it's like shit, like train wreck, man. It's like train wreck. Women, for some reason, too, feel as if like men, we don't have emotions and feelings, you know, and that's like how long we been on? In about 2 3 more minutes, I could really let go. I'm gonna let go probably about at the 11-minute mark. But women feel like men don't have feelings and emotions, and I think they do that really to their convenience. Like um, it has to be to their convenience because as you can in certain times you can. I think when they get mad at us, they don't have then we don't have feelings and emotions. You know what I mean? When they feeling so deeply, then we can't possibly be, you know, that person that has feelings and emotions or can experience things in such a way that they may experience. Is like, and I just I've gotten to that age where I can, and I do it. I just express myself. I don't mind telling a person that, what I'm saying, you broke my heart. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit, you broke my heart with that. Like I ain't too big to not tell a person that. I ain't too big to tell them a person, like I say, exactly how I feel. That's why I can talk about it. Like, um, I feel like I don't need to go play a therapist. Y'all gonna probably ask me the same thing the therapist gonna ask me on why am I experiencing what am I experiencing. So, because I really want to know, like how other people think, and it just if y'all if y'all choose to hit the link, it's like I say, it's whatever you want to ask me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to come on here and you ain't got to uh you ain't got to really go in on me. You can, but you can talk to me, talk to your boy. You know what I'm saying? And let's figure it out. Let's get this popping too. You know what I mean? If you want to kind of shed a little light on your situation, and and I can ask you some questions. What's up, Netbone? Can you hear me, bit up?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. We just, you know how my phone is. You just had to mute up and stuff.
You
What
good,
you got? What you got going on, bro?
man? I'm just chilling right here, man. It's we're gonna make it Toxic Tuesdays, and like I say, what I got going on right now, or no, really, honestly, my friend, she was explaining a situation where it was like an individual. She met this guy, and everything was good. Boom, everything was good. They kicked it off. You know what I'm saying? They was like one another's shadow. You see her, you see him. You see him, you see her, and everything was gravy. Then they had end up. She ended up getting pregnant, and when she got pregnant, the dude found out that she was still signed on to some fucking like dating sites, right? And she well, and then when he found that out, then he was just like completely done with her. And but at this point she pregnant. She got to the point where now she 9 months pregnant, and this nigga not even coming to the hospital to even be there for the children's birth, and she pregnant with twins on top of that. So um now where like the little girl's like I think like 3 years old now, and now she gonna put well, she put him out, took him out for child support like a year ago. And um do you feel like she should have took him, because he ain't helped her out or nothing from what she's saying? He ain't helped her out or nothing. So like, you know, her mama like, nigga, you didn't got pregnant by a stupid ass nigga. You know what I mean? Like, why did you do why would you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and I was just I was looking at it like she should have took the nigga out for child support if he ain't got damn, you know what I'm saying, done nothing. If he ain't supporting you, if you done had a child by this man and he ain't supporting you, and then on top of that, she wasn't even on the dating site. She was on the dating site, but it was like she haven't been active on those sites in like a year. You know what I'm saying? So, but now she pregnant, and it had the children, and this nigga ain't did nothing for the kids. So how you feel like she should handle that situation?
I mean, it's only so much she can do, bro. I mean, can you hear me good?
Yeah.
Okay, it's only so much she can do, and it's less on the woman and more on the man to do his job. I mean, you know, that's why I talk about evaluation with women. Before you do your thing with a woman, know what she is. You could tell by how she carry herself. If she got Facebook dating sites or a dating site or whatever, you could tell how she handled it, hold that phone at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? Does she got a lock on it? Like as a man, as men, we gotta realize what we getting into before we say, "Oh yeah, it's my night. I get some." Then you get some. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't accept your responsibilities. That's on him. You know, like a man's supposed to take care of his kids, bro. I'm from a place where a man gonna take care of his kids, even though there's so many who don't. But as a man, I was taught if you lay down with a woman, take care of your children, bro. I don't care if you marrying the strip. If you lay down with a stripper and you can't accept the fact that how she get her money, You take care of your responsibilities, bro. If you lay down with a woman,
Okay, but check this out, right? You laid down with this woman, had everything was cool, but now you found out she's on dating sites, bro. So now, if she didn't tell
what
you
they
she
got to
was on
do?
dating
What they got to do? What they got to do with the man taking care of his responsibility, his child, a kid that
sites,
look just like him?
now, but before the kids are born, he's thinking, oh, and he ain't even, well, he did end up seeing the kids, but could you understand him thinking like these fucking kids might not even be mine, bro? She ain't even keep the shit gangsta player with me and tell me this shit.
Now you can't do that because you just said that you just said he knew that it was his baby. So at the same time, you could tell as a man, you could tell hey, they look like me. Take accountability. If you're gonna do that, at least try to get a blood test. Don't run off for 3 years and then here it is. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got yourself in a situation. Now you want to come back because now that's 2 3 years ago that a child don't got his dad. You know what I'm saying? That leads up to this. That leads up to what my boy Manny we was talking about on his show. That leads to you know what I'm saying resentment and the kid going in the wrong direction because now his daddy ain't raising him. Now somebody else got to raise him. Now we got situations where you got a man in the house that don't even know the baby and gonna treat him bad and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So more of the story is, bro, you got to get out your feelings and stand up and be a man, bro. Like fuck that. You know what I'm saying? What you know what I'm saying? Got to be a man, bro. That's all.
Same time, a lot of times stuff happen in real time though. You got to think about this shit happen in real time. I'm fucking with this girl heavy, right? Be in real time, right? Before the child even come. And I found out she 3 months pregnant. Now I found out you on dating sites? Do you cause I'm
So
like, do you
is it you or is it your friend?
huh?
Is it you or is it your friend, Jay? If your mommy asks.
It's not even it's my friend. She was explaining this like this girl just told her this today, like type shit. And then she like, you know what I mean? Okay, she done took the nigga out for child support, da 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 da. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, yeah, she's supposed to been did it. And then the twist was to the shit was okay. Actually, this nigga been giving her like $200 a week for some period of time, and now he don't want to get her shit because she took child support out on him. So it's like, okay, I can understand that too. Like, I've been giving you $200, and then you won't even go down there and just take because you can go down there and take the shit off. Like, if the nigga been giving you $200 a week and you ain't even gonna go and take it off, because I mean, I'm like, how much money he got to make for him to be paying $200 a week for one child in child support?
Honestly, bro, that's my echo again. You might have to mute up if you can't hear me. But honestly, I think it's all soft shit. To be honest with you, it's some shit that I can't coexist with because like I would come at that at a whole different narrative from Jump Street. So it won't be all that messy stuff going on, bro. It's just like the way you handle that situation. You know what I'm saying? From the start is how that shit gonna finish. And you know, you if you come halfway at it as a man from the start, you can't really complain when the shit get messy in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying? Now it's 3 years. If you would have handled your business as a man and been like, okay, well, if this baby ain't mine, we gotta see. That's what we give eternity test. And you know what I'm saying? You been with the girl. You know what I'm saying? You must love her somewhere. That's what these niggas forget. Like when they try to dog these women and say, oh, that baby might not be mine. But bro, why would you lay with her? Why wouldn't you do your evaluation? Because I know what it is. I can answer my own question. Niggas want pussy more than they want to handle their responsibilities. That's just like a nigga that don't want to pay his bills on time, bro. And he, you know what I'm saying? And he got the money. You know, then you can't get mad when motherfucker kick you out your spot. You know what I'm saying? You gotta handle shit in order, bro, with this life, bro, because you never know, you know what I'm saying, how the shit gonna turn out, bro. You gotta stay on our team, bro. At least try to, you know what I'm saying?
I definitely hear you, but I'm just keeping it And I understand you because I play the game. I play the game, you know, just how the game come. I'm just gonna keep it real. I play the game how it come. You know, I'm not finna sit right here and I ain't gonna even lie to you about it. Like shit, if you let me fuck with them, I fuck with them. But if you gonna goddamn take your ass and run to New Mexico, bitch, I ain't Jerry, bitch. I ain't chasing your ass. So but I do understand, like, bro, if you know what I'm saying, I think, and I understand like people not figuring it out. Like, if this girl was, you know what I'm saying, was if I found out something, just like, bro, if you, so you telling me like this right here, you didn't sit right here and you didn't got a girl pregnant, but she got a pass now, and then you find something out about in her past. Is there anything that you can find out about your girl that she did in the past that will make you view her differently after while she's pregnant with your child?
See, I can't even, like I was telling you about putting myself in that situation. The way I move is different because I'm not getting no. See, I believe in if you get a girl pregnant, you take care of your responsibilities, bro. So I'm not finna even put myself into thinking like that, right? Because I'm not getting no girl pregnant. I'm wearing a rubber every time, bro. If I don't know the woman, if I don't know the woman, bro, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just it's the way I think because I'm knowing what I'm gonna have to do if it get tricky. So I'm not even thinking like that, bro. My mindset go on if I'm laying with you and we doing having unprotected sex, I know for a fact you gonna stand 10 toes as a woman and you ain't gonna put me in these situations to where I can actually be taking care of a kid that ain't mine. But I know how these women, some are women, not all women, but some women, it's like game they run. See, right? So you got to be smarter than that. You gotta have a mindset of I ain't gonna sleep with these women if I don't know these women. It's like as a grown now as kids, 16, 17, we just start having we get out of mama's house and we can be free and we make mistakes, right? So shout out to all the brothers who just made that one mistake, but it's men that made a mistake and slept with a woman and know her characteristics and still took care of their kids. You see what I'm saying? Even though it get hard, you gotta take care of your kids. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Right. And if you wanna be honest about it, you if you oh man, I don't know if that's mine. Well, you should have laid with a woman that at least tell you if it's yours or not. That you playing yourself.
Well, she's telling
Well,
you
you
is
telling me no, you should be with a woman that's willing to tell you if it's yours or not. And you accept that and say, okay, well, she telling the truth because I know it. See what I'm saying? But then you come the next week and be like, oh man, this a nasty chick, bro. She ain't trustworthy. So you ain't doing your evaluation. You messed up. She didn't mess up. She just playing the game that she probably was taught by a grandma or auntie or something like that. How to play on niggas who weak. So in that case, she ain't caring about the kids. She ain't caring about you. She just running game on you. So for you to be a man and stand up and have some peace of mind, you got to have a mindset that's simple. It ain't playing with them back. It's having a mindset of, I'm not gonna sleep with these women unless I know what they on, because I know a baby could come. You see what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You
Do so you just feel like men we bad evaluators?
not at all, not at all. I hear a lot of bad situations that man be in. Man, I grew up with niggas who had problems with their baby mamas, shit going on, but it's a lot of good men out there that got good women. So it's just, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that at all, man. It's just the way you look at it. We can only handle our own situations. We can't really worry about what it such and such got going on. We could talk about it like we got panels. We can express what's going on, how to deal with it, but You know, everybody can't win this game in life. I'm echoing now. I hear it. But everybody can't win the game of life, so you gotta really just, you know, prepare. You really gotta prep yourself to have a way to deal with life when it come at you. You know what I'm saying? You can't run from it.
So do you
Say that again.
have any kids?
Nah, I ain't got no children, man.
Okay. So I will try to see, can I put it in perspective where I could, maybe um tied in where it was something to that it could correlate with. Um because honestly, I have kids. I have 4 kids, right? All 4 of my kids' mom, they're like quite similar in the things that they do. Some of them are a little, they got two, one of them a little relaxed a little bit, but I thought she was the most lunatic one. Uh, the other 3, they just kind of, they just run their show. It's they show and they run it. And I'm like, it is what it is, bro. Um, I sat right here and did what I had to do, try to be as involved as I possibly could. Um, but unless you're gonna sit right here and okay, now go play the legal game and do all that, then it's like you know, well, you can play that game, but I still witness guys all the time who played that game who, what I mean, that fucking judge can sit right here and tell you, just call us and go. Matter of fact, go make a police report. I've been in situations where I've seen guys go make police reports. My brother personally, this nigga told me like, bro, I done came down here 27 times, bro. I done came down here 27 times and made a report. Like, these folks, they ain't gonna do shit. Every time I don't get my child, bro, I just goddamn come down. I just do what the judge tell me. But if I miss one child support payment, I go to jail for this shit. I witnessed this shit personally, bro. Growing up as a child, bro, my mama could just sit right here and play. I was sitting as a child would firsthand play games and with my dad. Like, would pick the phone up and she'll say, "Here, call your dad. Say this shit." What'd he say? What, like, she'll tell me, "Say this." Listen to him. Have the phone back. Say this some more shit. If he be like, he can't come and get me right now, it's just hang up the phone in this nigga goddamn face. And if he don't pay the child support and he can't, there's no visitation for him unless my mama wanted us to go down see him. That's it. So it's like, bro, it's easy to just sit right here and say, and just keeping it real. Like, my dad took care of all the responsibility. Like with me, bro, once one took me off of child support, I just went on ahead and took myself out. Anytime if I have a child with somebody, bro, I'm just gonna go on and take myself out on child support. Like, just get that shit out the way now. But it's just like, still at the same time, people or they like, especially women, when we in these relationships and now this child is involved, and that intimate detail, I feel as if once the woman, a lot of times when women get pregnant, they deal with hormones that just depend on what child they own, that what I mean, if they are in control of these hormones or not, or just in the stage of where they at with their mind and their body and how into they self, and um just how mentally into they are, if they can really go through this. Because when a woman do have a child, from my experience, that's once she get pregnant, that's pretty much when a certain change is coming about in her. I can't, what I'm saying, just from my experience, bro, like, it made me don't even want to have kids anymore because it's almost like everything is good until the child is until you get pregnant. Everything is good until you get pregnant. Now I want to see my kids and shit, and I can't. But it's like everything we were goddamn peaches and cream until you got pregnant. And with me, and I'm looking like I'm realizing what's going on. I'm like, shit, it's no use for me even trying to have a kids because if I get a girl pregnant, she's gonna go through these emotions and shit. I'm just gonna have I'm just like from my track record, she's gonna fucking leave me and not want me to see the child, bro. Simple. I want to sit right here and do everything I can for my goddamn kids. Everything I can. But when they choose to do things, bro, that and it's like we set and evaluate it. A lot of guys that didn't have kids with these women right off. I didn't have a child with nobody right off. Nobody. Like I was in a relationship.
Hey, can I
So
say something real quick, Jay?
go
You might have to mute up because it sounds like echo on, but I want you to do something, bro. I want you to hear me out, my dog. Cause you my partner, man. You part of the Rawhide family. We all family, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you to do this real quick, and now you can go on and talk to me. I want you to go on after this live or whenever you got time. I want you to go look up Pimp C, Sweet Jones story, and listen to every song. And when you listen to it over again. It's gonna tell you how to deal with the women that you attracted to. Come back and you listen to it. I bet you it solve your problem.
well, I honestly um I really don't feel like I have a problem. This is just what I go through. Um
Hey, and even though, and I'm gonna get you with this. Even though they call him Pimp C, he ain't a pimp, bro. He got a message, and I should have reiterated it for you and for the audience, because the audience got a mind of a squirrel brain, so you have to explain everything you say because it's like they don't know. So you got to educate yourself first, and then educate the audience. So, dude ain't a pimp. He just been, and just like you saying how you came up, it's similarity somewhere. Things you were going through with your mama, and then your dad being a hard worker, and he getting hit with them papers and stuff like that, bro. It's a lot of niggas in America, bro, dealing with the same issue you dealing with, bro. But that's why they give us stuff like that's why they give us these YouTube avenues to listen to people's stories and stuff. And then they give us, back in the day, it was CDs we had to listen to, bro. Like we didn't have YouTube and stuff like that. So all I'm saying as a partner from me to you is you got sometimes in life, back on your situation, you can't always blame the chicks because they doing what they was taught to do. You gotta put it in your mind. You can't have no control over no woman. You gotta have control over your mind. It ain't about controlling a woman and making her do what you want her to do. It ain't always about that because if you can't control your own thoughts, ain't no woman gonna listen to you. I had to learn that, bro. Like when I was coming up, sheltered home, you know what I'm saying? Mama and daddy didn't really want me outside or doing nothing too much. I had to sneak out and hang with my homies and stuff like that. But what I learned is with women, you have to be able to understand yourself. Sometimes you gotta let go, so you can't let go. So let's stay on topic. You can't let go of what your responsibilities are being a dad. But what you can do is say, hey, listen, I'm gonna keep God on my side, and I just need some peace. I need some understanding with myself. Sometimes I need to listen to what my thoughts are, and you know what I'm saying, read and meditate and understand who I am and what I can bring, and then I look for what I want and not what my lustful thoughts are thinking, but what my mind is telling me that a woman that really I can relate to. You see what I'm saying? If you out here dating, you shouldn't we want to date no woman that can't help you with them kids, bro. If a woman can't sit down and say, bro, man, I'm gonna make sure I'm a good woman to brother Jay, and anytime his kids need something, they like my kids, bro. That's what type of women you should look for. Like you look and look and look, but bro, that's what it's all about. It ain't about you no more, bro. It's about the kids you got and how you gonna figure out how you gonna move through this life with a woman that got your back. So you won't even have these issues. Here come what 2 years later, you'll be sitting back with a family, probably another child, and then my bad, bro. I'm outside right now, bro. But you'll be sitting back with another child, probably with another woman, married, happy, bro, and getting that toxic thoughts of what you think women is like. They ain't all like that, bro. I'm telling you, they ain't, bro. And like I said, bro, just you know what I'm saying, just kick it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But always where they have you by 6 or 7 jimmies, keep that condom on you, bro. At least until you figure yourself out. Cause you know, like I know in Atlanta, motherfuckers give you something you can't get rid of, man. You know what I'm saying? That thing burping, man. Then you can't do nothing. You calling on the Lord. Lord, you know what I'm saying? Lord, help me. Jesus, help me. He can't help you. He even told you. Jesus told you to wear rubber and you ain't wearing it. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself in that situation, big dog. Go.
Yeah, that's real. I'm I'm saying now what now? Because now, okay, from the guys that surround you of the ones that have kids, how many of them have kids? The guys you know.
Shit, and a couple of them, a couple of my partners got kids. Some of them don't, you know.
How many
How
are
many are
still with the kids, mom?
Oh shit, man, not too many, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That's how I could talk to you like that. I'm talking. That's how I could talk to you like I'm talking to you. It
For
ain't
sure.
it like I was telling you, bro. It's not even with them. The same message I'm giving to you, bro, is the same message I would give to them. And see, all of my other partners who don't got no kids, they going, bro. They been dating they women for 5 or 6 years and married and stuff like that, bro, and they ain't having these problems. But they also evaluate what they going through. They evaluate. They take the girl on trips. Sometimes, man, take her to Jamaica. Stop taking her to Chili's and she get tired of that. You know what I'm saying? She really about. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't, it don't take much to go on the trip, bro. Even if you go on the trip to for Atlanta to Orlando, bro, or Miami or something, bro, ain't number $300-400. You know what I'm saying? You gotta see how she is so you can make that evaluation if she worth making that situation happen. You know, and a good woman, I'm gonna tell you something, Jay, you don't probably know. A good woman ain't gonna let you have that thing unless you know what I'm saying, unless you standing on business, bro. Because a lot of women know they homegirls that and they like, man, them girls ain't shit. They got some good man, but they treat them like shit. So I ain't finna let no nigga hit me and he ain't got no rubber and then he ain't got no job or he ain't got no source of income. I'm not finna let no nigga run. You know what I'm saying? So it's good women out there, Jay. I just want you, bro. Man, everybody needs somebody, bro. I even need
What do you
somebody, bro.
that though?
But bro,
They
figure
won't
out what you doing first with them kids, bro. These women, bro, they out there, bro. But you gotta figure out Jay first. It ain't nothing wrong with you. You ain't doing nothing. You
dead
gonna say
now.
you living life. You good. But you just gotta check yourself. Is you know what I'm saying? Just think about what I said, bro, and let it resonate. And then just, you know what I'm saying, start walking.
Shit, when
Shit, when you know,
now I'm saying, okay, now that okay, I can meet a girl, right? Now we all cool. So, well, now I'm to the point. Now I'm just gonna keep it real. Like I said, now I'm to the point. I don't need no more kids. That shit is like I don't really need no more kids, bro. But now I'm like, I feel
I
as
feel
if
that don't think like that, Jake. Because what happen is you'll get with a woman and she take care of the kids that you got, and she might want kids. See, that's what I'm telling you, bro. You might be a little stressing right now because you don't feel like no women out there. It's a woman that's probably gonna want to take care of the kids you got and have her own kids. So you can't
but
sell yourself short. You can't go into that and say like, I don't want to talk about what we talked about off the airways. But just like if you see that girl and she say, I want 2, 3 kids, you can't say, oh, I don't want no kids because man, my baby mamas and them ain't shit. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta give her a chance, bro. Cause then you in
well,
the wrong. Now you ain't giving her what she want. You know what I'm saying?
now
Love go both ways. You can't go into nothing new with trauma, bro. You gotta let that shit go. So if you still healing, just heal, bro. But it,
it's not
it sound I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. It sound like you healing, my nigga. And it's okay to heal, bro. I
but
healed for 2 years, bro.
it's like this right here. If I like, okay, should I decide to go to college or should I just decide to go get a trade? You know what I mean? I done been to school, so I already know, like, yeah, I can do it, but am I willing to do it for that amount of time they gonna want me to do it? Or I could just go over here to trades, go and get a trade. That shit gonna take me 2 weeks to get a CDL. You know what I mean? Just you go to welding school for a year. You can go air conditioning school 2 years. You can go to plumbing school, whatever. So and and I'll be done. I know I ain't got to go through all the hoops and the ringers and do all that before I even can get to where I'm trying to get to. Um, and I know that from experience. It's not gonna be something new. It's not gonna be like oh, I'm finna just do this and I ain't never done it before. I think I can do it. I want to do it, because of the end result. But what my experience is like, that's what all is based off of, like, you know, and I I can't ignore that. I can't ignore it. Like, even if you go through something in anything in life, I can't ignore it. If I see you, you know what I mean? If I see you handle somebody in a certain way, I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? Maybe it was in a good way. Maybe it was in a bad way. You know what I mean? Most times when you know what I mean? Most times people will try to, take a certain advantage of you if they seen you, uh, your actions in certain situations. So that's what I go based off of. I'm going based off my experience, and I feel as if I ignore my experience, then I'm gonna keep on getting the same result. I'm not trying to. I'm not. I don't feel as if it's trauma. I'm not trying to dismiss it as if it's not. But I'm like, if I know that um that fucking knife is sharp. If I cut myself, I know what that feel like. So I know to not cut towards my finger. I know to I know to handle this knife. I know how to handle the situation. How you doing,
How you
Jazzy?
doing, Jay? Yeah, I'm gonna say this, Jay, and I gotta get out, bro, because I'm outside right now. Keep my head on the swivel and focus on the task at hand. Salute to you, bro. Salute J and J. Salute the Queen that just came up. But all I want you to do, bro, listen to that album, listen to it over again. It's gonna tell you how to deal with it. It'll tell you how to deal with the women you attracted to right now, man. But you gotta heal, my brother. Like you said, if you cut yourself, well, when you cut yourself, bro, you got to put a band-aid on and let it heal. See, country boy, we don't even put no band-aid on. We just let that thing you know what I'm saying? You got to let it heal up, put a little dust on it, it's good. But salute to you, my brother. I got to go. I'm glad we got a chance to get one in, bro. But just stay positive, stay humble, stay blessed, keep God by your side, bro. You going to figure this thing out, bro. We're going to figure it out together, bro, because we're a team. We family. So salute to you, Jay.
Definitely stand.
Definitely stand. Already, big dog.
I appreciate it. How you doing, Jazz? Can you hear me? I don't know if she can hear me, but or I can't hear you if you are speaking. Maybe if you speaking, maybe unmute yourself. Um, I feel as if Netbone, he was definitely saying the right things, but I do feel as if you know people at times too. That's what they try to use our experiences as like trauma, and like I need to get over this, or I'm scared. I'm like, if I fucking, what I mean, if I know I got bit by this dog, I'm not finna keep going and I'm not finna uh, approach any dog in that with that same recklessness that I've once had before. Um if I've tried to if I've been in competition with individuals, and if I've been beaten by them, and if they've been proven that they can beat me over and over again, then it's like I'm not gonna. It's not wise for me to keep on, what I'm saying, trying to compete. I may need to, might just need to sit back and watch from the sideline, man. So, um, but it just, and then I do feel as if it depends a lot of times on your experience, you know, because with me, I'm I've I've had a lot of experience in going through certain situations, and there is a common ground. I'm willing to take care of my kids. I'm willing to do whatever to back them and spend as much time as I possibly can with them. To give them the best I possibly can. So that's never been a question, but I feel as if I still want a family unit, honestly. I want to sit back and have a child with a nice lady, and have my child grow up in the household with the both of us. That's what I really want. But the possibility of that happening for me, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't know. I really don't, because I am attracted to black women, but then I'm to the age now. It's like shit. It's almost like I don't even know if it matters for me to accomplish my goal. But I've got to the point now that I don't even think it even matters, like the race or the ethnicity of the woman. You know what I'm saying? It don't like. But then maybe I don't know. I think like do y'all feel like women are different, like across the water or in different places? You know, y'all feel like being different in different places. Shit, it ain't just about the woman. Jazzy, you ain't gonna talk to me? You scared of me? Huh? Um, but and from an outlook, I do feel as if women are um I guess like more submissive in different that are from different parts of the world, should I say, like you know um Asian, uh, some like I would say Latino women, I guess, and even to a sense, even African women. You know, a lot of them can have that aspect of being submissive, and a lot of American women, from just the way they're raised, they're not raised to be submissive. They're just not. So, um, I do recognize that. I got sisters, and I can, just reminisce in my mind of things that were said. You know what I'm saying? So I feel as if I don't know what the issue is. I really don't. But I just think it's just something about, and it's not even about me. I hate that I had to have 4 kids to even just to be able to just to see that that understanding. Like, why is it every time the woman get pregnant, like the shit start to turn bad for me? It just started to go in a direction where it's like, you know, nothing I can possibly do can repair this. Nothing. I can give you a wedding ring. We can go ring shopping. You can get the ring you want. It still is not going to repair this. Like, it still haven't repaired this. So I'm to that point in life. Let me see. She say, Jay, really serious question. Why do you ever talk about why do you ever talk about how men are raised? What you learn being raised as a boy? What I learned, that's a really good question. I appreciate that, really, Flawed. And she say, why as a man you struggle being in relationships with women? Why is everything you say about what a woman does and how she was raised, but nothing about you and where you can do better? Let's get on that. I'm really open to that because um what I what let's get on me and what I can do better. First and foremost, as a man, I had, as a young man, when I was in a serious relationship, my with before my first son was born, um I thought that, what I mean, I thought that I was kind of doing it just like kind of like how the fairy tale was gonna be. You go to school, you find your wife, and what I mean, you deal with it where you make a happy life for yourself. What happened? I end up going to school. I left school. And I started making. I started welding. Okay, my dad is a rig welder. Pretty much, he can teach me how to weld, and I started welding, and I started making pretty good money. My son, mom was still in school. I was flying her out wherever state I was going to. I didn't think nothing about her cheating. I wasn't thinking about nothing about another girl. It was just pretty much like, I'm finna come out of town, I'm finna stack my money, and we finna build this life. So fast forward, it was one day, because my dad, like, he had like infidelity issues growing when I was growing up. And his wife would always catch him, pretty much, because that's a lot of time. Well, that was around the time where um Facebook, Facebook, I guess it was Facebook, one of the damn social media sites. It was like real heavy at the time, but I always remember his wife. They get to the point one day, I come in the house, or I'd be in there playing the game or some shit, and they just start crying. Your dad, woo woo. So I was like, and I noted, and I started seeing how this was affecting the woman. I don't want it. I never wanted to make a woman feel like that. I never desired this feeling. I seen on top of that, like, where this was coming from, and you know, I was kind of seeing the whole situation. He had this girl. I didn't know he had the girlfriend until she said he had the girlfriend. So I remember not wanting to for me to experience those problems. So my my girlfriend, I came home out from out of town, and she had a conversation with my dad's wife, his current wife, that was pretty much was supposed to be like acting as my mother, because I had been staying with her for so long. Since high school, then I had, situation, whatever, whatnot. Then it was college, and I'm like, at this time, like 21. Okay. We in the house, whatever, whatnot. I fucking go upstairs. You want your girlfriend, and I wanted my girlfriend, and just, my stepmom to get along. I got them fucking I come out the room because she's crying. What is she crying about? My goddamn stepmama then told this girl that I was just pretty much gonna be just like my dad. And you know, when they go on the road, they ain't gonna do nothing but this and that. And it was just like, you know, that woman at that time, she messed up the relationship because now, and it was like I was looking for my girlfriend at the time to come out on the road with me, but she couldn't because she was in school. But soon as she left school, or as soon as school was over with, she was all any break she had, she was always out there, always out there. And it was like I had no reason to cheat on her. I didn't want to cheat on her because I had exactly what I was looking for. Like I didn't, it was nothing that and I would explain that to her, and it was just like really like fucked up that happened, but it was just like, I never she never had an issue with me cheating on her. So that issue happened, but and it was just like, as I look back on my relationship, like, certain things that you could miss that you would never even think that was important, was really important, because it was like, okay, now and she didn't even come up with like a lot of suspicion, but it was like that type of jealousy that it was just like, it seemed like it was nothing, but I feel like it was something. And then like later on, the young lady even felt like it was something. When she ultimately came and lived with me. I had moved to Florida. She came and lived with me, and then she wanted a child. We was good. We having, our way. We young, like 20, yeah, about 21. I'm having my way. I'm making pretty good money, whatever, whatnot. Got my own place, my own car. Can get her car if she wanted. We doing our thing. She wanted a child because she said she felt like nobody loved her. I'm like, I mean, I'm going to support the idea. You know what I mean? Hell yeah, I'm with it. But I just can't understand, like, how you feel like, like nobody love you. I'm like, you got a whole mama, whole support system, but no one loves you. Okay, whatever, right? When she initially, what I mean, we worked at getting pregnant, and she got pregnant like awfully quick, right? And then it was like a lot had changed. Then what I did was try to support all the shit. I tried to support every fucking thing. I did. I supported everything she did. Now what happened, it was things that it was deemed like I was doing that was so small to me, like, like I tell people all the time, like wiping the direction I wipe my son in. I'm like, I want to be able to take my son to the barbershop and get him his first haircut, me and him. Not you take him to the damn barbershop. I'm looking to sit right here and spend intimate time with my son, teaching him things just because we're at the house, because I have the leisure to. But it was like, no, you're doing too much. Why'd you keep doing this and that? You it was always an interruption on when I'm looking to, not even if she's working with him, I let her work with him. I'm not gonna step in your way. I'm not gonna whatever you want to go over your mama house, whenever you want to do whatever you want to do. You say, goddamn, everybody must wash their hands and sanitize them, and you must see it and damn near smell them. She said that's what you must do, so don't touch my child unless you do that, because she's gonna have a problem with it. Okay. Whatever she's, what I mean, trying to goddamn how she trying to rock. I'm finding myself like, yeah, just my girl. This was supposed to back everything up, because that's what I knew. My dad was. That's one thing that he did do. Like, this nigga's gonna back his woman up. Like, I didn't really agree with that, but I had learned that I had adapted the trait. Even I still got that trait. Like now, like I'm gonna back your motherfucking ass up. Like, so you best be prepared for it. Like I'm coming behind you. Like, and I'm gonna probably stand in front of your ass. And you better keep that same energy you had, because don't tell me I'm going too hard, because you shouldn't have even started shit. And I'm letting you know how I am. But there was that situation. Pretty much like we was together for like, until my son was like um I'm gonna say probably like almost 3 years old, and then it was just like, couldn't do it anymore. She had things that she needed to fix in herself. Like, just I'm gonna be honest, like I paid the bills. I cook very well. I clean. I'm very ambitious on actually growing my 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 ex, my expertise in what I'm involved in, and actually learning new things. Like I'm very interested in trying to actually knowing how to help a person, knowing how to you know uh be a security blanket to a person. Like, I listen to her. If she tell me, hey, this is what she wanted, I'm damn sure getting it for her. Like, I never had that problem. Like, um so I I'm not trying to sit right here and just kind of like make it sound good, because I'm not. Like, if I could do something better, like, explain to me what could I do better. Because if I lie to you, then it's like, what I mean, it just it's this is nonsense. But if I can do something better, like, if I could if I could get to the point, like, why did you take my son to goddamn to the why did you just take him to the barbershop by yourself and didn't even tell me? Why did you taking him over here to these doctors and getting these shots and not even telling me? Hmm? What, what I mean? That's the only thing. And I didn't even make a really big problem about the shit, but it was just like, what I mean? My son come home with a haircut. Like, I go to the barbershop like every fucking 2 weeks. And my fucking, I guess he was like a year, come home with a haircut. You know what I'm saying? You can forgive your mom for selling you out when you were a child that impacted you in the way that you see women. It definitely impact the way I see. Um, I see my mom. I see how she roll. Like, a lot of women are not my mom. Like, so I know, like, y'all, what I mean. Like, my kid's mom. I can sit right here. That's why I can sit and talk about it, because it's like, just keeping it real. How was this shit happening? Because I know I'm different from. I seen what these guys did. Like, I seen what I mean. Like, I know how to sit right here and listen to a woman. I know how to get to the point, like, not to let her overwork me. I know how to get to the point where I know how to just walk away, baby. And I know how to even just stand there and know when I need to stand ground. Like, no, it ain't no walking away. Like, so it's always like, you got to realize sometimes that woman is the problem. Like, it get to that point. Like, w- if I'm supportive in your ideas, um, uh, w- um, I'm giving you all the love. Like, we going places. That's what you want. Whatever. Well, I'm asking you what you want. You're telling me, and I'm giving you that. What more should I do? I mean, what more should I do? How could I don't have to heal from the things that my mom did, because it's just an experience. Like, oh, my mom said, don't eat pork. I don't have to heal from not eating pork. It was just, we just don't eat pork. You don't do it. You know what I mean? I don't eat beef. You know what I'm saying? My kids growing up, you know what I mean? Whatever you do at your mama's house, you do. But we over here, we don't do that. So it's not something that, or what I mean, I don't whoop you over here. If your mama whoop you, I don't, what I mean, if they had to heal from it, they got to heal from it. But it's just like, shit, you got to heal from your mama. So, um, I just, I don't think, it's nothing I have to heal from. I just feel as if it's the experience, and I'm willing to share it, because I think I have healed over it. Like, I've honestly, the only reason why I even speak to my mama, because that's when I had my child, I seen, like, my mom had 5 kids, and she used to towel ass up. She didn't play the radio with us, And I never wondered. I was like, I ain't gonna whoop my kids. No, we ain't got. It's a way to get to these kids mentally. Like or at that time I was just like, it's another way. Like whooping is not the answer because I still go do the same destructive ass shit off of whooping, fresh off of ass whooping. I go do the same shit the next day. So um it's not that I need to heal from the things that my mom did, but if my mom did that, like, and I experienced it, I haven't experienced these women out here doing that. Not the things that my mom did. They do different things. So um and kind of back to it, but when I understood that, like when I kind of like I forgave my mom when I had my oldest son, he was like 3. He was just like running around the house kind of real heavy. And I was just like to the point where I was ready to kick some ass. I ready to like, and I was like, this little nigga could, oh, wait, he is doing it for me. And then I was like, oh man, it was like an epiphany. It's like, no wonder my mama used to be like, she had 5 of us and she, you know what I mean? Like, oh, like I can't do nothing and I'm still alive. Like, oh, I give it up to you. Like, I do, baby. I do give it up to you, but you still was you. Like, I give it up to you. Like, I understand now. Understand, but at the same time, it was still like, so I feel personally like when you know my story, I have healed from that. Like, the only reason why I even would speak to my mama now because I have healed from things she did, but in my healing, like I'm not saying it out of anger. I'm just telling you exactly what she did. You know, um, that's all. Like even some things, if my kids tell you, "Hey, my dad did this," and hey, it's just that's just their experience. If you know, if I'm not, I can't. You're not going to a house party. Don't ask me. I make it just plain and simple. So you go over there with your goddamn mama, whatever. I can't control it. But when you come over here, don't think you're gonna come over here and go to no house party. We ain't doing that. Certain things I'm just not gonna do. I'm not gonna put my hands on her, on my kids. I'm not gonna do certain things. But and I don't think it's a lot of times people try to use it like, oh, we got to heal, we got to we're continuing to live life. Some people may have to heal, but I've it ain't no more healing. I don't really I'm willing to really express them like whatever, and I'm just willing to be truthful. The truth is not like I don't think the healing aspect it really is involved with the truth coming out. I would love for you to expound on him never having control because of his mother's action. Yeah, come out to the panel for me, really flawed. Holler at me. Come out to the panel because we can have a better conversation. Please hit the link for me. But I just don't. I don't look at it like it's it's no way like a healing because I'm really not disappointed at her. Like I really took a step back and I really like looked at hey all of you know the reason why maybe her actions were her actions. Just being honest with you, I had to really look at like and then when I can really try to put myself in her position, like my mama is a very amazing looking woman still to this day. Like my mama, like she's very charismatic. She got very good energy. She's, you know, she's very outgoing. You know, she is. She's a very hard working. She's an independent woman though. She's very, you know, she's gonna always keep a roof over her head and she's gonna look good doing it. You know, she is. So I but she still do things to this day that it's just like lady, you know what I mean? Like lady, it's even my dad, like sir, like you know what I mean. We got to, at a certain point, dog. Those your actions just not like excusable to me. You know what I mean? Because if I'm teaching my child to be a better man, and he continue to see you know me doing things, it's like well to me it's almost like he should know. Don't ask me for advice on certain areas. He should not like if he if I'm tell my son, save your money, but he always see me go fuck. If he always see me go spend my money frivolously, it's nothing he has to heal from. It's nothing. He just has to do right by his income. That's the only thing. That's the only thing about it. He can see me still going to make those same mistakes. You still going out here and doing that same thing, and you know that's causing you to be broke. I still got to live my life. You know what I mean? He might get deep into it and think about my living conditions, but I don't think about my parents' living conditions. I don't you know what I mean? I know they're gonna make it wherever they living at. They making it. So let's see. Oh shoot! Hit the link for me, really flawed. Let me see. Crystal, well, really flawed said, Crystal, when he mentioned his mom, he said once she was getting cheated. My mom was getting cheated on. My mom was getting cheated on. I don't think I said that. He heard his parents arguing and heard her crying too. Oh, my dad wife. Okay, yeah, okay. She was getting cheated on. Yeah. Yeah, I heard her crying too. And 3, he mentioned his mom ratting him out to the girlfriend that he really liked. I didn't say anything about ratting me out to a girlfriend I really like, because the girl that she was telling, the girl that my dad wife had told that I was just going to cheat on her, and this girl was that I was dating was the first girl that I literally dated. The first girl that I literally dated. This was literally, I had to been to prom twice, all this shit. But it was like never, I was very focused on football. Like I was very focused on football, and all the girls I like, they was older than me. So yeah, when I went to college, this was the first girlfriend I had. I didn't never cheat on her. Never. So maybe that part got misconstrued. But let me see. Also, she say, also, this isn't my first time hearing Jay talk about his mom. That is why I asked the question to being with got it, thanks. Explain. Crystal Spence, if you keep listening, you will start to see that the tone is always using. He always is using when he talk about his mom. However, his dad always responsible for those actions. You know. Well, my dad, like, let me see. My dad, I was definitely like a dad's boy. Like, I'm gonna tell you just okay, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Like growing up as a child, it was something about me. Well, I ain't gonna say it. Yeah, it was something about me. Like my mama was mean as shit. I always like as a child, you always want to love your mama, but like, how in the fuck could I love this person who like just punishes in the worst way? Like, like, lady, you're going to kill me, okay? You're going to, matter of fact, and I was the only one that didn't run. Okay. My mama like one thing about it when she whooped, when it was time to get whippings, everybody get whippings, and she would say, you know what time it is, let's go. And I always used to be the first one to go in there and take her ass whooping, because I already know if I run from her, she's going to give it to me worse. And I sit back and watch all my brothers and sisters just, she fuck up the whole house with them. And I'm like, I sit back and just like, you know what I mean? Like I was that child. Even if you ask my mom, she would tell you that, like to this, like and we even had a conversation in my grandma's house. She was like, she used to hate whooping me because I always used to sit there and take it. Cause it's just like, okay, I hate getting whipping, but I'm not going to make it worse for myself. Okay. We ain't finna go running and hiding in the bathroom, hiding up under the bed, running out the house, getting locked out the house. Baby, no, you can go and whoop me 5-10 minutes and you got 4 more other kids to whoop. You know what I'm saying? You did. You know what I mean? Well, my dad, if I did something, if I got punished, my brother didn't get punished. If my brother did something, I didn't get punished. he got punished. I got punished. If the other child did something, they got punished. So I felt like, you know, I mean, that was kind of a little more fair. But my mama, it was just like she taking off on everybody. Just everybody get it, and it's finna get violent. She was there. My mama, like, I'm not speaking bad on it. It's not, I don't feel like it's a maybe you guys do hear a tone change, but it was maybe the tone changed because it was a different suspense at her house. It was a whole different suspense. Yeah, when you come over that lady house, man, shit, y'all can sit right here and act like it's supposed to be like it was like I'm not supposed to understand that, you know, hey man, my mama was, that's how she got down. I ain't saying that it was nothing, it was bad or good. I'm still here. You know what I mean? She handled her business. She you know what I mean? Her son is still here. She obviously did something good. You know what I mean? She obviously did, but I don't have to be ashamed about you know, how I came up. I'm not ashamed about it. Like, and I'm not sitting right here bashing my mama. My mama would sit right here and we can talk about it. I'm not. I'm not. So Crystal, she says, I think we as people tend to put more pressure on mothers versus the fathers for our positive upbringing. Your mother either did a great job or horrible. Dads get credit just for being parent. Nah, dads don't get credit for just as being parent. My dad, like I say, like I didn't even read that right quick. Well, before I was thinking about that, my mom, she did a great job. My mama, like I say, as I got older, I start to realize like, okay, well, maybe that's why she was doing what she did. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's why she was doing, you know what I mean, that. You know what I mean? I didn't say that that's why the reason why we got whippings the way we got whippings is because she chose to whip us like that. But you know what I'm saying? It was times that I would say like moms don't. Have you ever just seen like Nick? I was literally seeing my mama chasing my sister dad down 20, but we're going past South DeKalb Mall. She's shooting at this man while my sister's in the back seat, her children. I'm witnessing this as a child. I don't have to heal over this because I'm like, this was just like a normal day. I'm I'm in the back seat with my mama. Like, she's flying down. I'm like, I do remember seeing my sisters looking they're looking out he was in a Cutlass, matter of fact, and they looking out the back window at my mama car. I can't say she was definitely shooting at that car, trying to hit that car, but I can tell you like shit, you know what I mean, that happened. I can tell you like, so should I sugarcoat that? And I can tell you, I don't think I had my son mama, she pulled my gun on me twice. But I didn't think she was gonna do that. She shook the shit out of me too. I ain't gonna lie. She wait. And it was just like because I was trying to move on. Not because I'm cheating on you, because I'm trying to move on. I'm like, we have ran our course, sweetheart. There's no more growth right here. You know, we just keep repeating the same thing. We just keep repeating the same thing. So sometimes with the healing is just like sometimes people may be doing too much healing. It's like Crystal, exactly. Women are as always supposed to be women, then wonder why they can't find a woman. I mean a woman. Really fraud. Still waiting for you to say one positive thing about your mom. It has been 13 minutes and 14 seconds and counting. Jay, I think that's what really flawed football is saying. Those what occurrences in your childhood is still present in your life today. Whooping whopping are traumatic if whoopings are traumatic if it's not if it's done with anger. Uh I guess whoopings maybe are traumatic, right? Um um but at the same time, like I think the purpose for a whipping, I think it's really a purpose for a whipping. Like when you whoop a child, like this child's supposed to get the message that you're whipping them for. And if like, you know what I mean, if they're not getting that message, if you're not teaching the child, like, why the hell we keep going through whippings? Why the hell live like you keep on going through this straight program? If you keep sending this chat, like, come on, man, let's not do that. Let's like I'm not listen. You can a person who needs to heal from a whooping. I think these keep people out here who's like, I whoop my child. I whoop my child. Like, okay, whoop them. But they don't. I don't whoop my child. You can ask my any. The children I get, they know that you're not getting whooping. We're gonna figure this out. I'm gonna make you think about your actions, and we're gonna see how we can not get you to do that again. Because I experienced whoopings, and I feel like whoopings didn't work. That's what my parents tried. So like, yeah, whatever anger she had, yeah, but it was just like, um, we, if you people like, I guess like just stop it with the person need to heal. Like with me personally, like I don't, if we lose a game, it's just like, what I mean, we got things we need to work on. That's it. Yeah, and me speaking about it, if I let me see. I think I did say my mom did a great job. Like I'm still here. I guess let me see. Let me tell y'all some real shit, right? Let me because here we go again. My mama, right? Growing up, my mama, she really had us like professional thieves as kids, y'all. Like real talk, professional thieves as kids. I mean, this lady was bad. Like before these cameras and stuff came out, and I ain't even bragging. I'm just saying, like, you want to get on it, let's find the good that we can bring out of it. And I'm like, but that's how we was getting it. It was like when my mama would do, she never have a problem with us saying how much money she make. And she ain't never had a problem with us explaining this is how these bills work. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, this is what we finna do to go ahead and get what we finna need to get, what you need to get for school. So I, do I steal to this day? No, I know the importance of working and not stealing. You have never seen that on my background. You know what I'm saying? So like no, but it was just I understood now. I mean, as an adult, like I seen, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe why. And I can tell y'all this too. The caliber of woman, y'all got to realize the caliber of woman is different, man. Until y'all really understand this caliber of woman, y'all got to stop sitting right here. Don't sit right here and take up for it. Don't sit right here and try to be like, oh, you ain't said one good thing. Well, do you want me to really just keep on going? Like sometimes, it's something I'm trying to give her. I try to give her the thumbs up, but and it's not like my childhood is over with. So, like I said, I could sit right here, like, we didn't went out of town. She really kind of tripped me out the last time we just went out of town. I ain't talked to her in like a year now, but before that, it was just like, what I mean, that bond that we had, they never had. But then it's like we went out of town and she tripped out like because we went to Vegas and I got drunk that at night and I don't know if I overslept, but because we had nowhere where we were supposed to be going, but she just ended up calling my phone. But she didn't pick up the phone the night before because she was asleep, and I didn't pick up the phone the next day. But she didn't want to talk to me no more. She haven't talked to me no more. She blocked me and all this shit. So I'm like, I don't have time to be trying to sit right here. Maybe your mom was great, and I could commend her for that. I think women are great, and I'm gonna tell you something about this. I think women, y'all really dim y'all light on really how great y'all are, because let me tell you, like me as a father. What's up, Jen?
Hey, what's up?
The same old thing. And you hear me just on here going through what I'm going through. But let me say this, and if you want to ask me something, I'm gonna let you get to it.
Okay.
Me as a father, I have a hard time struggling, like, what I'm saying, with my son, me figuring like my son is gonna be stronger. I know he's gonna get to be, these things one day, but like you're never gonna be able to just really get me. And like I got to be kind of old and dry before you can get me. Like, boy, I'm still gonna do what it takes. Like I'm still gonna work as hard as I need to work because I still got to be that motivation. Like, bro, I'm your father. I'm him. Like you gonna know that. You're gonna really understand. I'm gonna show you that with my smartness. I'm gonna show you that with my toughness. I'm gonna show you that with my love. I'm him. Okay. I'm gonna be your teacher. So as my mother, I came through my mama. Why do people think that like I'm stronger than her? Why do people think that she can't be stronger than me? Why like my mama is smarter than me? My mama, I think that my mama is like, nigga, the only reason why I'm even here is because of a woman. The only reason why I'm here is because of a woman. So like I love to give them credit, but like I can't just sit right here and just be trying to give her too much. I just can't. But talk to me, Jen. You think that's what you think about that?
Well, first off, it's nice talking to you. You don't remember me, do you?
Not right off bat.
You were out here in Vegas?
I was out in Vegas. Refresh my memory.
Over near the Sahara? Were you staying at the Sahara?
You say you see me where?
What hotel were you at?
When I was in Vegas, I was at the I was right over there by the damn cookie store. What's the little damn they had the little damn fucking the Stratosphere, the Strat.
Yeah, over near the Strat. Yep, I know what you're talking about. No, I'm just playing with you, Jay. I'm just playing with you. I don't know you. Yeah, I'm from Vegas, so when you said Vegas, I just wanted to come in and play with you.
Where you from?
Huh?
You from Vegas? Where you from?
Yeah, I live here in Vegas.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, so I was just playing with you. I hear you sometimes on Rawhide's channel, so that's how I'm familiar with you. Shout out to Neckbone. He posted your video that you were live. I had kind of like a different position I wanted to take, and I have my own selfish reasons for asking. So, you have your platform, you putting yourself out there. So I said, why not? Let me come up and ask you some questions. You mentioned about the kids. How many kids do you have?
I have 4.
You got 4? Okay. Now, are you currently with any of the mothers at this time?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So let me first set the tone for what I'm about to ask. I'm asking from the perspective of someone who doesn't have kids yet. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
My question to you is, what as a man, what makes you go, okay, this one didn't work out with this girl. I got a kid with her. Let me try this with the next one. Okay, have a kid with her. Now let me try this with this one. Let me have a kid with her. What is it about that next woman that makes you feel like, let me try this again?
The belief in that fantasy I always wanted, just believing that, hey, I can actually find that love that I'm actually looking for and actually be able to have a child and have a household and have a family. That's what it is. And meeting a woman right off the bat, a lot of times everything is good. The conversation is good, and whatever else comes along with it usually is good. And then we learn to figure each other out, and hey, it's like, okay, we could tweak this, so we can tweak that, and it starts to move fast. I'm gonna be honest with you. This I out of all the kids I have, like I intentionally had one. No, I'm say two children. Two children. The other two, like, it's like just say I intentionally had two children, okay? So
Okay.
just the fantasy of just thinking like, hey, I can um have that experience of having that family unit, me, coming home, my child is there, and whatever. I'm teaching my child, my wife, she's doing her wifely whatever she got going on. If she went shopping or fucking went to the gym, or if she went to work or whatever, just we understand how to talk to one another. We understand how to sometimes even give each other space. We learn how to we know how to motivate each other to get the person to move. It's not very difficult. you know it's just like, we get to a point, a lot of times that people that they start to resent each other, and never can goddamn get over that point. It's like, yeah, I can tell you all this stuff that my mom did, because I'm like, I can tell my mom she did it, but like me and my mom, we sit back, like, I'm not sitting right here crying and saying to you, oh, I never said I hate my mama. I never did. But I'm just telling you, like, this is what she did. You know what I mean? I don't hate my kids' mama, but I can tell you the stuff that they do. Like, it's like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and I the what I really think it is like I say, when women get pregnant, it's the emotions that come about that men we don't understand, and we can just try to dismiss it as she's crazy. You know what I mean? From the outset, like, bro, she crazy. She just keep doing this dumb shit. Like, bro, like, what for? Ooh. But then we got to understand, it's like, now maybe that's the way she's expressing her love, or maybe that's, what I mean, because maybe she got triggered by something she saw or something. So I look at it like, my mistake was I didn't understand that when I had my first child. Then it was such a big gap, and then it was like a oops child, and I had a child on purpose, and then it was another oops child, and it was like, okay, something is not right. So let me evaluate this shit, and let me just I mean, like, honestly, like, right now, the children, like, my whole fantasy, I don't think it's probably gonna happen for me, because I'm like, I don't think it's worth risking that anymore. Like, I'm not trying to keep on having kids and this shit happening. I'm not never meant for this. This was never the plan. This was like, nah, this was never the plan. Never. So I just, I'm not gonna, I don't want to make that same mistake. And I just don't.
Would you say that this is a question? I'm not making that assumption, but would you say that you dated the same woman 4 times?
Did I, have I dated the same woman 4 times? Nah, no, 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 no. I'm gonna be honest, like, every single woman I've dated, their personality, the way they look, the way their body shape, all of it's different. Their interest in life, the way they was. My first son, she grew up. Her mom was married, still married to the guy today, but her dad was not there. But her mom was married ever since this girl was young. My mom, growing up, she was married. My dad always, this nigga stay married. So I'm like, we all grew up in 2-parent households. My second child, like, all my children moms grew up with mother and father, like, 2-parent households. So I mean, I don't even think that even matters, to a sense. Like,
But I'm talking about the kind of woman you kind of talked about it earlier in the live, but I'm talking about the kind of woman that you seek out before you even know about um, how she was raised and all that. If you were, if it was like an online dating profile, let's say, and you had to write down kind of woman you were looking for, what would those things be?
The kind of woman I'm looking for, I'm looking
Hmm.
for a woman that that's a helpmate that I can help, a woman that I can reach, a woman that that's into herself, that knows what she wants, that a woman that that loves herself first and foremost, that it's not looking, that she understand where her happiness come from, and she understand that I'm just here to either help improve that on that happiness, or to improve on, your situation.
Hmm.
But we don't probably need to be together. That's I'm looking for a woman that, that understands, like, hey, if we're in a situation that, hey, she understand that I'm the man. She's the woman. That not saying that she can't stand up for herself whenever she feels like standing up for herself. But in certain situations, just let the chain of command come out. Like when we speak in, when I tell you, hey, certain things, you know, not trying to even be specific on the issue, but if a lot of times, like even when the woman speaks, she like a lot of times want it to be done, get done. So I understand that, like when the man speak, just give me the same respect that I'm looking that I give you. I'm only looking for somebody who willing to look into, 50-50 is the same thing as 100-100. I mean, people just, I don't know what the fuck wrong with their mind. Like 50-50 is the same math as 100-100. So I mean, it's just 1 to 1. Just give me the same energy. If I, what I mean, and it's not even like I'm asking, if I give you $1, you get. I might not never ask you for $1. You might not never ask me for $1. But what I mean, don't just always, what I'm saying. Two, make me feel secure. I want you to, I want to make you feel secure. I want whatever. Like I'm not trying to. I don't want you sitting right here thinking that you have to hide something, or you got to uh try to, even if you do judge me off of whatever, but just get to know me for who I am. That's it. I just want to, a woman who just gonna give me a fair opportunity, who not gonna, like, even though I say all these things, it's just like these are my experiences. Like I can sit right here and not say anything, but this is just what I experienced. I'm not making it up. If I watch the movie and I tell you about the movie, I ain't making it up. That's what was on the movie. That's what I see. So um I just want a woman who, what I mean, who, I understand she has a past, and she if she has things she need to work on. I want a woman who, a lot of times, who understand herself. You know, I want that type of woman who really understands herself, because a lot of times she understands herself, she probably will understand me. So
Understandable. Those are all good qualities to look for. I appreciate you answering that because you have a stranger asking you really personal questions. It just kind of, from the perspective of somebody who doesn't have kids yet, when I look at a man who has multiple kids by multiple women, it's not it's not the kids themselves. I could totally see myself dating someone that has children. That's It's not the kids themselves. I look at 4 failed relationships. That's the red flag for me. Not so much the kids. It's, whoa, he had kids with four different people and it didn't work out. I'm gonna stay away from that. I don't know what the situation is. He seems like a great guy. We click, everything's good. But if that has failed on 4 separate occasions with the child attached, I need to kind of pay attention to that. And I might be wrong, but I would think on the flip side, that might appear the same way. If a woman had 4 children by 4 different men, you would too have some concerns about what's not clicking there. I I'm in the sports industry, so I have to make this analogy. It's kind of like that transfer portal. I see a kid has transferred to 4 different schools in 4 years. It can't be the coach. It can't be, oh, my condition coach is really giving me a hard time and he don't want to see me be great. You've been to 4 different schools in 4 different years. You are the only common denominator in that transfer portal. So that's kind of like how it's viewed. So I don't know what your dating or relationship life has been like since, the situation, but just coming from the perspective, just my perspective, I would stay far, far away from somebody that has not had what I would consider successful relationships. Yeah.
That's completely understandable, and I mean, I can only tell, hey, just my story, and with me, I do understand, like, these days, the pool is not as wide as it used to be, and but I really just take a deep, a lot of times I just look at it like, I would just really, really wish, you know, you know, sometimes, like, y'all just really wish y'all could have just really just kind of experienced this and just kind of lived it, because it you know, it, a person who had means, um like I say, I'm a person who learned from others' mistakes. I knew as soon as I dropped out of high school, this football shit, we're not even gonna do this no more. Okay, we finna get into the real world. Or, you know what I mean? Even when I got my GED in college, it was like, just see if we can stay in school first before you know what I mean, try to football again. You know what I'm saying? So then when I got with my son mom, like, I even brung up that because it was just like, this she I remember that was the first time I heard that young lady cry, and it was just like, it's always was memorable to me, and like, why would she do that? And but if you ask her, it wasn't about cheating. um if you like, I'm sitting right here, literally, like, this woman got to the point, like, what it really was, like, I expressed to her, like, if you keep going to these clubs, it's gonna be a time where, like, young lady, like, I'm done with that part in life. Like, I'm trying to build something. You still want to be outside? I still love you today. Still gonna love you next week. And we're gonna see how many weeks down the road I'm keep loving you. You know what I mean? And she still, from my understanding, she still go out to the club to these days. And I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm glad that I cut ties with that when I did.
I totally get it.
Um, my second son mom, she she's a nurse. She I had a business, doing very well in my business. She came in and I guess she saw a pot of gold, and I was like, that was lovely. I was like, I thought it was gonna be better. I thought, you know what I mean? Because I'm honestly, like, let me tell you something. I'm willing to make it work. I'm willing to make it work, and it may not seem like it. It's understandable, but I'm not gonna sit right here, like, it's only so much. Like, listen, it's only so much. It's only so much. Like, this, I'm not. You want me to sit right here and pay off your old debts, and, like, man, no, we're not doing all that. Like, and now it's a problem. Like, we're not doing all that. Like, no, I can go on over here. Okay, I got a child about you over by you, but you're not finna sit right here and think you finna hold it over my head.
Mm-hmm.
Third child happened because I was with that woman. Well, we was actually going through a little break for a little minute, and you know, we had known each other for like 7 years, and then come to find out, she was she had been sleeping with another dude. So I thought my son was somebody else's baby, and then she ended up taking me out for child support. So it was like, okay, we took a DNA test, but it was like I was even willing to marry her after I found out she was sleeping with another dude, and all this, but she was just like she on her, on her wave. So it was like, okay, I didn't think that situation was going to actually play out like that, but it did, and I'm like, okay, well, damn. It was, you know what I mean? It wasn't about for me cheating on her or nothing like bad that I did, but it was just like, you know what I mean? I literally right then, she was just like, you know what I mean? No, I had them put the down payment for a house, furnish the house and everything. Willing to marry this lady. Soon as about was right there with her when she had, I was right there when all my children were born, but it was like, what more could I have done? She put me out of that situation. It was like, then my last child, literally everything was great. Now that was like, no, that was like I was playing around. I'll be honest. The last one was playing around. I was tired. I was like, you know what? I was tired. And you know, I'm just gonna be honest with you. So I was tired on that last experience, but every other experience I definitely tried like hell. In the last experience, I was very glad that hell I was happy. I wasn't happy that the baby was there, but it was time to go. It was like
I get it.
it was just time to go.
I get it. And I appreciate you explaining that. I saw Crystal's post there about the true colors, and I kind of want to kind of tie that into what you were just talking about, each of the women that you've been with. True colors to me is not always a bad thing. It has a really negative connotation, but I equate true colors to letting down your walls. And behind that wall, there could be some ugly stuff. There could be some traumatic stuff, of course. And you could see an ugly side of somebody. But it also means that you're seeing someone clearly, whatever that means. So when I hear that phrase, like letting someone's true colors show, or, oh, he really showed his true colors after this, that just to me means you're seeing someone in 4K. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing, but I see it as more of a blessing. It's something that reveals itself over time. You never see the full picture of somebody when you first meet them. If anybody claims that they're themselves 100% when you first meet them, they're full of it. We all are some kind of representation of ourselves. Because it's just like a job it's just like when you go in to apply for a job interview. You're using that job interview voice. You got the job interview clothes on. You're trying to make a good first impression. After a while, you at the job, you let loose a little bit. Like you're not the same person after that. So it's the same way, but I don't see it so much as a bad thing at all. I see it more so as, okay, this person feels comfortable in my presence to be able to be relaxed, to talk how they talk, or to act however they're going to act. They don't have to put on. That's what I feel like you're getting at the start of a relationship. I got to put on, I got to impress. I got to do this. And at some point that kind of dissipates a little bit, for some more than others. It dissipates. And so she was nice and sweet when you first met her, and she'll do anything for you. Yeah, because she was trying to get you. Now she feels like she got you. And I'll get to it when I get to it. I'm not really working out as much. Or, I don't care what he says. He'll get over it. It's that you got to keep each other accountable. You know what I'm saying? And not let it get to a point where it gets too far out of control. But that takes a partnership. For you to hold each other accountable and say, hey, when we first got together, it was a little bit like this. What's going on? Or what's this change? I'm not it's not computing. Where are we going with this? Because if it's getting worse, it's only going to get more worse, if that's a way of describing it. It's not going to get better just by you ignoring it or dismissing it. And I don't know if that happened in your relationships, but I feel like sometimes there's a breakdown of communication where people just think things are going to magically like transform and go back to whatever the expectations were of the relationship. Instead of saying, you know what, Jay, when we first started going out, I felt like you were always there for me. I could tell you anything. Now you act like you don't have time for me. You kind of shifty about things. What's going on? I feel like that conversation doesn't happen and it just kind of just bubbles and bubbles until everybody says I'm done. I don't
That's
know if that happened in any of your relationships, but sometimes it's just nobody really said something was taking a turn for the worst.
that's that absolutely. Um. Well, you know
Can
what? I'm gonna say it happened in my
okay.
the first and the third one. The first and the third one was like I want those to work. I mean I did. I just wanted those to work. I did everything I feel like I could possibly do. The first one, say I got both of my guns pulled on me, and it was like I'm trying to be with you, but you is literally crazy as hell. Like literally crazy as hell. The third one, I think how we started off was the real reason. You know what I'm saying? That was a situation. You got time for me to go through this, break it down, Jen?
Go right on ahead. And I think you have somebody else on the call here too. Hey, what's
Jazz,
up?
you can't, she on, I don't think she gonna unmute herself. You gonna unmute yourself, girl?
No, I was trying to speak, but I didn't want to interrupt. Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
Hey, Jen.
What's up?
Hey.
So really quickly, because I don't want to take up too much time, but I think I'm in between you. So Jen, you don't have any kids. Jay, you have four, but I have two. And so I was like, I want to keep trying till I get on. Um, in my situation, Jen, it is before I had kids, I was doing the same things. I was like, yeah, that's a red flag. He's got baby mama. Something had to be wrong. There's something unresolved, something toxic about, people that go over and over again until it happened to me.
Mhm.
And reluctantly, I'm this baby mom now that have two separate baby dads because I tried it twice and it did not work. And I consider myself to be a really intelligent and precautious woman, with standards. And I would have to say the first one was just a lot of immaturity. I think we don't know the red flags to look for. We may not listen to our friends and family. We really just feel like we're in love. This is our person. And you end up having a child with that first one. So I always say, like, the first one, you've got to just give us credit for that one for just being young and feeling like we were in love. The second one, I thought for sure, Jen, like, we got married and everything. I thought for sure, like, this was it. We didn't even have a child right away. It was like maybe 6 years into the marriage. And I feel as though he changed because of the baby. I feel as though he was getting the attention, the communication, the all of me until a second person came into our lives, came into our homes, and I had to split my time. It also goes with the postpartum body, it goes with the postpartum hormones. Some guys just cannot handle it, and some females are the same way. And believe it or not, some females also want the attention that they may have been getting from Jay. And then when that baby comes and he's like so happy that the baby's here now, and he may have fallen asleep with the baby, or, even not even consciously picking the baby up before he spoke to her. Over time, there's just so many different things that people walk around with that's not resolved. that ends up affecting our lives. The last thing I wanted to say was, Jen, imagine if you had 4 relationships in your past that did not work. The only difference is you did not have kids with them. But if you would have had kids with each one of your exes, you would be in Jay's boat. And if you would have had kids with at least 2 of the 4 of your exes, you would have been in my boat. And that's all I wanted to say. But thank you so much for joining. This is great.
No, I
Yeah, that
appreciate
was super insightful. Thank you.
it. And I think too, I think it's like with like I'm 34 years, I'm 34, right? So I've my first child was at 23, and I didn't have any more kids until I was 30. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. So and then my like honestly, I really thought I was like about to be married. You know what I'm saying? I really did. We had been. It was crazy. We had been talking about this. You know, been together for what 7 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay. But then we had a breakup. We did, and that's like we broke up for like a year, and that's when I had my other son, and then we had talked about it, and then we got back together, and then we had a child, and then it was like, okay, she don't want to be with me. But I think it's just like the age and like if you that was a very interesting perspective. It's like, people got to kind of, well, you don't have to, but if you can really just kind of look at it from a perspective like these women, like these are the women that I'm going hard for. These are the women that I'm giving my all to. These are the women, like, more times than not, they're asking for this child. Like, literally, like, the only reason, honestly, like, only reason why I had any of my children, because the women, what I mean, they, even the one that the first one and the third one, like, I wanted to have children with those 2 women, but they had to allow me to. It was when they was ready to do this. Like, all these women wanted to basically have children. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I mean, that part got to be, can't be taken for granted either. Like, and two, and to a person actually deal with, like that postpartum. I didn't think it was real until I sat back and kept dealing with it. I was like, this shit is real. And when you're dealing with a person, and it's like, now this person is like, okay, I didn't look at it from the perspective like, yes, trust me, if you have a child by me, I didn't think that, never thought that a woman probably could have been jealous, like, from the attention that I'm showing this child, because that is my world. That is, trust me, that's my world. And I'd never even put that in perspective, that this woman could actually be jealous of that. Like, that just, like, just really just did something to me. Like, that was really the fucking issue. Like, that just almost made me want to, like, shed, like, almost a tear or some shit. Like, because I'm like, what is the issue? And if you see how, like, I am with my children, like, I don't, like, she can wait. She can. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get this project done. So that was very interesting right there. Give me your thoughts on that, Jen. Talk to me. How you feel about that?
Yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from with that. Um, I think I'm a little. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to take in. Um, there is no magic fix. There is no perfect solution or perfect situation. All I kept thinking was, where is the line drawn between your responsibility to communicate certain things within a relationship? Um, Again, I don't know if that's the magic pill that just fixes everything and everything's just going to be so perfect. just because you talked about it, but not the two of you specifically, but I sometimes wonder, I'm like, do people talk anymore to each other? Like, do people have conversations in relationships in the dating phase? What happens where you don't know the person or figuratively speaking, you don't know the person you're sleeping next to? I'm not willing to believe that happens overnight. I feel like that is a process, that is a marathon, that is a gradual shift, and there's some kind of breakdown over time. And again, it's not to say that, oh, if you just talked about it, everything would be fine. Y'all would be together. You wouldn't have these issues. I just wonder if sometimes we have conversations in our head that we should be having with our partner. And
I agree with that.
sometimes that's not happening.
I agree with that. But sometimes, a lot of times, Jen, people will also tell you what they want you to hear.
Mhm.
You
Very
know,
true.
just looking like a pimp, for an example, he'll sit back and look for a woman that doesn't have high self esteem, or even try to give her a compliment. And she'll say, "Oh, no, I'm sad." And so you really wouldn't look into that unless you knew how a pimp really thinks. But someone that's inexperienced with that would think that he's trying to speak life into her, but it's really a control tactic. And so, in certain cases, I feel like you said, there is more communication needed. But did Jay see that the mothers that he chose may have had father issues, insecure issues, jealousy issues, or even a control issue where they felt like they were no longer in control? Maybe that's something that he would be more mindful of, and the same for me. But um, when you're in a relationship with someone and your feelings take presence, um, I'm learning to take it slower, to look a little bit wider, to take a double look, a triple look, and to just be more mindful. But um, some people will really just kind of study what you what your traits are and kind of match that, and you really would feel like you have a match, but it's really not. It's not a match.
That is a great point. That is a great
hmm
point. Down,
Women do it to
guys.
celebrities all the time. They just look at their type. They just look at
Hmm.
their type, you know.
I'm
And
gonna drop down, guys. I'm loving this conversation now. I'm gonna drop down in the chat.
okay, thanks.
Go ahead, Jazz. You hear me?
I've got background noise, but yes. So, Jay, I was asking in the chat, how long were you dating the kids' moms before you guys decided to have kids? Because I think that was a good point that she made as far as the communication. Did you guys really talk about parenting, longevity, what your future goals were, and were they in sync before you decided to have kids with someone?
Uh-uh. None of them. Well, yeah. Well, my second one, my second one, yeah. She was, but it like literally we had everything planned out. The second one we had everything planned out from we was gonna do. Only reason why we didn't do the water birth because she was like a week. She came a week early. It's like 30. You had to be like 38 weeks. She's like 37, whatever. But we was going, definitely go private school. That's where she came from. That's what she know. So she wanted. She wanted the water birth. We was even going to the chiropractor when she was pregnant. So we was going to Midtown Health. It's right here in Atlanta, whatever. Well, Midtown, wellness, whatever. I even joined in and you know was very active and everything with her. So, but we was together like like we was talking about like very serious things in a short period of time. Like me and her, me and the first girl, we was together. I met her when I was like, I thought I was like 19. She was 18. I had a child at 23. So what was that like? What was that? 19, 23. That's what, 4 years. And then we was young. And I was like, when I was, my mindset was like, wasn't all the way there. I was, when I was young, that first child, it was like, I loved his mama to death. Whatever she wanted, I was definitely
But
gonna
how
get.
old were you with the first one?
How old? 23.
Okay. Was
Uh,
that like your first real girlfriend?
yes, hell yeah.
See,
Like
the
I,
first real ones, you really think that you're like, this is your girl, like this is your wife. I remember being in high school and college, and like he's already calling me, Mrs. And because we had planned that together. And so your first one is always. So how old were you with the second?
the second one, I was 30.
Okay, so you did wait some time.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. I
Okay.
need to figure this shit out. I was heartbroken. Hell yeah, I was crushed. What the, what, what? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was fucking
So
devastated.
what happened with the second one?
The second one, honestly, after we had the child, right, we was talking about everything, and then she, like, even like, she, we would talk about things, right, and then when she would get around her parents, she would, well, her dad, because when she get around her dad, because her mom was no longer here, uh, I would sit back and listen, and she'll talk about it with him different, and I'm like, see, I don't do that. I don't get around my parents, and I'm like, I don't know if he was scared of like what the issue was, but like, why? What was up with that? And then we talked about it, and she said what she had to say, and I'm like, okay. And then okay, so we done planned the whole baby out. Now the baby's here, and then now I had this business where I was taking care of mental health people, doing very well for myself, and for some reason she had this great idea that I was finna like, well, she wanted me to like pay off this debt she had, and I was like, you got the wrong man for that, baby. And the energy that she was coming with, like, our relationship wasn't even the same. It was
But I
just like,
think that's what Jen was asking. Did you notice those red flags before the baby came? The way
no,
that she acted around her dad, the energy that changed, and her
'cause
asking to pay off the debt. Did any of that come up, or was that any of that discussed before the baby came?
no, well, no, hell no. What we discussed was before the baby, and honestly, like, me and her, like, I was going through some shit at that time. I ain't gonna lie, like, I was going through something. I thought that she was like the best option. Like, I thought she was the best option. She was talking the best way. You know what I mean? I was kind of dismissing a lot of stuff. Like, I ain't gonna lie, like, um my friend, my real girlfriend at the time, she had kind of like, we was going through like a little breakup. Well, yeah, we was in a little breakup, and then this lady literally walked into my office, kind of like, you know, fell in love with me, and then she was saying things that was like very attractive. I was like, okay, but like, you got to show it to me, and she was never showing it. And I would tell her, I was like, you remember when you said that? And then she was like, no, she didn't remember. So I was like, okay, she ain't really in tune what she was talking about. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of looked at it like she really, she wanted a child too. Like, and I'm gonna tell you, that's crazy because all of my kids are the oldest child that they mama have. Like, all of my
So
kids,
it's the first with all of the moms.
Mhm. All of them. And I'm like, I don't. That made me like, if you don't have kids, I don't even want to talk to you no more.
But I do have to say that was a good point that Jen was saying. I think if you would have communicated with the second mom, we're gonna excuse the first one. You was just in love. You thought, she was the one, puppy love. But the second one, you were saying you did not have the conversation before the baby came along, and she just wanted the baby. And so maybe that's the step that, we take now as adults in our own personal lives, to slow it down and really have every possible conversation that we've learned from in our past to say we're going to cover these bases now more than once to have the conversation to really communicate and have the communication open. Because do you feel like if you would have communicated with her and saw those traits that you would have had the second child?
I feel as if she'd have been like truthful and honest with me and open, like, nah, we would never had a second child. Nah. Like, honestly, like I would never have my second or my fourth child. Like if I would have, trust me, I would have only had the first and the third one. I would, my second and my fourth child, like I was literally like I was really bamboozled. I mean, I don't, you know, I was literally bamboozled. But the first one, and the one that I did have a child by, like I was so in love with these women and so willing to like you're the prize, like whatever you want, you can have, like so. That's what I don't really understand. I'm like, if you can really see my energy towards these relationships, like, you know what I mean, and just honestly, like, and I'm not trying to, you know, make myself seem like I know I can go and be with these women if I want to, but I'm not like, how could I go? Why would I go deal with this relation, this attitude, this personality? Like, I can't go. I'm not dealing with this personality. Nah, because
Okay,
like,
I hear what you're getting now. But
so
okay, so for for the ladies, I would like to ask on behalf of the ladies, what do you feel like you've done wrong in your past for relationships with the kids' moms? Because it's not always the moms either. We've got to take accountability on the other end as well. I know you said you poured into them, you were their knight in shining armor, but what did you do
give
that
up.
you would say, you know, was the wrong move or the wrong actions, and how did you learn from it?
I would honestly say, like, I definitely I give up. Like I just get to the point, like I just give up. Um and what I learned from that, I learned that that my peace is protected, and sometimes it's just better quiet. Like um like you're not finna run me crazy. Like you're not. So no, like certain things are just outrageous. So I'm going to leave, and that's what I'm going to do. Like I take care. I will put myself on child support. Let me show you how serious I am, and like it don't matter to me. Like I don't need to cause you any stress, and you don't need to cause me any stress neither. Like I want to have a real relationship with somebody. Like that's not what it's about. That's not like. And if the moment that I caused you any stress, and if I whatever when that red flag come out, just go on and just abort mission and go on and run, go on the other way. I'm that person that'll tell you that. Like once you see it, go on the other way. Like if you hear once you hear that, hey, he got 4 kids and that's too much for you, go the other way. Don't, not saying that I'm a whatever type of guy. I don't, whatever, however you feel about me, that's how you feel about me. But I don't mind. But you know, if I'm willing to not stick it out with you. I'm willing to be happy. Like I ain't for everybody anyway. You know what I mean? So it don't, whatever, you know, people say, and whatever their standard is, I still got standards too. So you know what I mean, and mine ain't low. So um I just feel as, you know, as we get older, and we just continue to our experiences continue to shape what we want and how we view what we want. When I was a child, when I was young, I, you know what I mean, even just 30 years old, you know what I mean? Like my mind is so much different now, you know. Um and that's the big thing. Like I sit back and I evaluate my relationship, like, damn, what the hell? I ain't trying to just sit right here and keep on making them sing women. I love women. Like I'm sitting right here actively trying to pursue a woman. What am I getting wrong? Okay, that's what I want to know. I really want to know, what am I getting wrong? Like, I mean, what is it? Do I just need to just, because I'm not putting my hands on you. I'm not finna sit right here. I don't care about even trying to talk to you crazy. If you don't get it, yeah, what? You could talk to yourself about it. You just don't get it. I'm not sitting right here willing to let you treat me, and I'm not gonna treat you in the kind of way. Like, what? I'm not finna sit right here. I'm trying to express love to you. So, and then if I lay down with you, I ain't trying to say, I'm not trying to play with you, and then you having you all confused. And no, I like peace. That's it. And once my peace is interrupted, it's time for me to go. It is. I ain't sitting right here finna stick it out and be miserable with somebody just because, yeah, it seemed like I should, but then, you know what I mean? I can't even have my way with my child, even if I do stay here. It's no benefit. Even if I could have my way with my child, I would stay with these relationships. But I can't even have my way with my child. So why would I even stay? What is my benefit for staying here?
Well, I think
Like,
it goes to that communication, because if those traits were shown, if she was territorial, with her belongings, a lot of women will say, "Give me my stuff back," when you're having an argument, or, "Get out of my place" when you're having an argument. Those are the type of traits that would have been shown at the forefront before the baby even came, to know that she's probably going to do that with your kid once you guys break up, or once the relationship doesn't work out. Because anytime you are, what they call an Indian giver, you're usually like that with your kids as well, and they're territorial.
I didn't take that in perspective.
Hmm.
I'm like, damn, that's like, I'm dealing with that right now. And that's too, like, see, women, what we don't, men, what we don't like, how we perceive y'all, right? Just say, like, okay, when we going through our whatever we're going through, how we perceive that is like, y'all just talking. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just talking. And we not taking it to the depth in our mind on that, like, um how you really like that should be important, or that's like a red flag. So um I and then it just depends on that situation, because we just don't want it to be true, like, you know what I mean? We at certain times, like, depending on when you say whatever you said, yeah, it was harsh, but then it's like, I got this history with her. You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to people saying harsh words to us, so we can take that. You know what I mean? Especially with her, I know her. She don't. This ain't her first time. Well, this is her first time saying that. So I hope she don't really mean it. I can give her a pass for that, can't I? I can.
Maybe in a relationship, but not with the kid. And I think that's what I'm learning. If he wants to be argumentative or territorial or whatever, you still give him a pass, because oh well, he's got other different great traits, but there will be no kids involved. When the red flag comes up, the red flag comes up. It's there for us to see it, even when we don't want to see it. But the kids, no, because the kids are forever. I can't even say that you cut them off at 18, because I have a 21-year-old. We're still having to co-parent on different things. You still have to talk about graduation and college and first cars and weddings and then grandkids. And so for me, if there's red flags that come up, there will be no kids involved.
And this, I'm 100% with that. Like, definitely moving. And you know what? I'm to the point now that, like I say, I don't even know if I need to have any more kids. Like, I want to definitely want to have a child, and raise my child in the household. But I'm like, I'm to that point. Like, it's like football almost. Like, you know what I mean? Like, once I figured out, like, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to keep on chasing the league. I'm just not like. I missed my opportunity right then. That was my window. You know what I'm saying? I'm just willing to look at it like only thing I can do is just strive to be the best man that I can be. That's the only thing I can do. Like, hey, I can I can just continue to put energy towards, hey, uh, just making sure that I'm respectful, that I'm helpful, that I'm gonna be kind, that I'm gonna be thoughtful, and I love to motivate people. You know, if I can just put forth good attributes, then that's the energy I'm gonna put to something. But other than that, like I don't, I really, what I mean, I'm kind of like past that phase. But it was like that was one thing in life that was like my goal. That was the only reason why I even would even decide to even have a child. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can spend my money on myself. So other than that, like there was, you know, I think we had a good show tonight, y'all. Migo, who that Migo Crit, he just came on. Hit delete, Migo. Join the show. Nicole, she's still here.
Hey,
But
Miko.
that was really, my goal for having kids. Like every time, like, and even do my best to stick it out. But then it's just certain things. It's like, you know, I hope that I hope that Jen never had to go through, you know, a situation where, she even have to even consider, even parting ways, because it's like you we all good people, but
I agree.
we be really conscious. Like it's like once that pregnancy is involved, especially it seems like in our day and time, like why is it so fucking prevalent? Why? Why in these times? Like this is just like even like with marriage, like these divorce rates weren't going on back when grandma and great grandma were getting married. Why when we growing up, like it just seemed like can't nobody stay together. Like when everybody who having kids, like ain't no man now. Why? And it's just not in our community. Like, why is it like that? Like, why? Like, when I look back on history, I can read about great women, you know what I'm saying? Or, I ain't never trying to, I come from a woman. So don't, if you think that I'm trying to bash a woman, you're just misunderstanding me. You know what I mean? You just misunderstanding me. Like I've heard a lot of gangster shit that my daddy did. I ain't never seen him do that. So I ain't on here to sit right here to tell you but I tell you this, he taught me how to have a plan. He taught me how to, what I'm saying, be a man. He taught me how to, be stand on my own 10 toes.
Well, I don't want to be offensive to you, Jay, but in my opinion, especially in the Black community, I feel like the men walk away quicker, easier, and I feel as though their patience is shorter, their endurance is shorter as far as a relationship. Working it out, sticking it out, trying to communicate, being willing to go to counseling, relationship counseling, marriage counseling, postpartum counseling, whatever counseling that needs to happen. And I also feel as though because there are so many women that will, date on the side, be a side chick, be with guys that, just are in a separated relationship, in a complicated relationship, it makes the guys feel easier to leave and walk away and not have to endure as much. But that's just my opinion.
I definitely agree with the opinion on that the guys that we I look at, like, honestly, like that's probably one of my traits. Like, but I don't think it is really is quickly, because it was almost like Jen said earlier, like this behavior is like present itself, but You know what I mean? It's not like something that it's not something overnight. It has to be something that's present itself.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
one
But just
thing I-
like Jen said with the whole job situation, you just start getting comfortable, you know. And when the girl isn't, squeaky, presentable, just like she was for the interview or for the first week or even the first month, after that year, when she gets comfortable, she starts going to bed in that bonnet, she's got the baby, she's trying to just manage everything. The house has gotten away from her. She's feeling stressed out. She's gained some weight, or even just stresses of bills, changes of jobs, etc. It just seems like the guys are quicker to just walk. Even in arguments, they're just quicker to walk. In an argument, or even not in an argument, a disagreement, a guy is quicker to just be like, whatever you say, I'm out. Instead of taking a moment to calm down and say, like, babe, we really need to talk. I'm going to say what I need to say. You can say what you need to say. Let's see if we can come to a common ground, a common understanding. The guys are just willing to just be like, yep, you're right. It's cool. I'm out. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it's relevant to you. I'm just saying in our community, there's so many single moms, and I just don't think that they intended to be that way. Some of our women aren't represented as well, but for the most part, for the women that do have, some dignity about themselves, it was not planned for them to have a child with a father not in the home.
I'm gonna be honest, like I feel as if like none of my kids, like probably other than the first one, but I don't feel like her mama even gave because her mom had her like when she was 14, but I feel like her mom is definitely like she stick with this husband and no lie. Like I really look at that, but as far as I do 100% agree with you, like the men we are, but like I said, I don't think it's not something like just because of that one argument. It's almost like okay, you keep saying sorry for this shit. Like you're not you not showing no accountability. You like just because we keep talking, we got to keep talking and keep talking and keep talking about this, and
Sometimes,
you go
sometimes.
think you gonna keep treating people like this, like your behavior not gonna change at all.
No,
Like,
we're not. I'm not saying bad behavior is allowed or acceptable, but I am saying some conversations need to happen over and over again. Sometimes, if you got into a relationship at let's say 30 and she's 30 or 29, whatever, you've been doing the same thing this whole time. She's been doing the same thing this whole time. She's been talking or acting the same way you have too. And so one or two conversations may not change that. I'm one of those people. It's like we're gonna stick. If we really say we love each other, not on abuse, but just traits that may irritate me or things that may irritate him. I feel as though I don't care if it's 10 conversations. If you're gonna stick it out, stick it out. As long as it's not toxic, you're not cheating, you're not beating on me. If it's other things beyond that, it could be 20 conversations. If you're gonna stick it out, stick it out. And I think someone in the comments said no one realizes what marriage is all about. And that's what you were saying, Jay. Like what happened? Granddaddy, grandma was in there fussing. They might have been in two different rooms, but they stuck it out. They stuck
right?
it out.
That's true. That's true. Like there's
Yeah,
this
he might have
absolutely
went and played pool, but he came back and he stuck it out. She wasn't
this
talking to him, but she fixed his plate and they stuck it out.
so that's true. Like it sound like it's my fault. I mean, because just looking at like that's one thing. Like, hey, that's absolutely true.
No, we're just
No,
speaking in general of why our
no,
community
but
itself has so many single moms. Why the WIC office, the DFACS office, the child support office is so full of our Black mothers. That's what I was bringing to light. It's just to say because they're just not willing to stick it out. It's just easier to leave. It really is, and
yeah,
society makes it easy to leave.
Right. Well, because
A
it's
guy
almost
that
like
takes care of himself physically, has a nice haircut, a nice mouthpiece, a car, can get a woman. They don't even have to have their own house anymore. They can get a woman. They can. Women, we have these kids. It's like, nah. But a man, it doesn't. It really doesn't matter how many he has. If he has a car, a job, and keeps himself up well, nice smile, nice physique, he can get a woman. And that's why our women are single. That's just my opinion. But I don't want to take over the chat. Let's see if anybody's commenting on what I said. Let's see. Anybody agree with me now? Oh, I think Jen's back on stage. I
because
can't.
I feel like that was really a good take. And
Okay.
and if y'all feel like, you know, I think we kind of went over a little bit on this live. What we gonna do? How about we come back live again tomorrow, y'all. We hit them at let's go between let's go on at 8 o'clock tomorrow, right? Or I'm gonna premiere it, and then so you guys can have the exact time. But I appreciate all y'all for coming out, and please y'all subscribe to the channel for me. And when you come by here, I just want to, you know, I mean, let's have some real talk, man. Let's really see. I ain't trying to. I fess up like, hey, man, if I did something wrong, you know, this was going on. I ain't trying to be right all the time. Give y'all the opportunity to speak to me and get what y'all got to say out there. And I appreciate y'all for stopping by. Relationship Wednesday tomorrow. Jay, join that, okay? Or we might do a wild relationship Wednesday next. Let's do it. Let's do it. Like I say once again, y'all, appreciate y'all for stopping by, and good night to y'all, man. All right.
Good night, everybody. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you too, Jason.